Hello everybody, Sirius Blue here with a tarot reading. This one is brought to you from Etsy, and it is an updated reading on GIDLE. Funnily enough, I was kind of planning to do an updated GIDLE reading anyway, so this worked out in perfect timing, and we're going to get some very specific questions answered. So, let's get straight into the reading in a moment, because I want to tell you what decks we're using. We have the Occult Tarot, so that's this one here, the black with the red edges. I know, it looks really cool, doesn't it? We also have the Flower Therapy deck, which are these cards, and the Next World Tarot, which is these giant ones here. This is the deck that I really wanted to use, but it is massive, so that's why I thought it's always good to have a second deck on hand, especially for clarifying things. And it's probably going to be a bit easier to shuffle, so I'll try to keep those over to the side. Alright, just in case you're curious, they're the cards we're using. I do also have some Cat Oracle cards, but I don't know if we'll get into that today, but let's get straight into GIDLE's reading. So we've got all the members' names listed here. And this page so that we do not miss anything. Oh, and I better remember to get the letters, so I'll pull those. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm bumping things here. Okay, I'll get these out and I'll have it right here so that we can do that, because sometimes I forget. Alright, so the first question is, how are they going to fare as a 5-member group? So let's start with the giant tarot deck. The only problem with this, there we go, is it can be a little bit difficult to shuffle, so I kind of, that's really the only way I can do it. Oh. That didn't work as well. Alright. How are they going to go as a 5-member group with the ginormous Next World Tarot? Oh, there's 2 there. We have the Moon, we've got 7 of Cups. We've got 16 Revolution, Tower, 9 of Pentacles. I was just checking. Okay, I'm gonna swip these around so that I can see what's going on. Because this... nothing was reversed in this deck, it was just is the way that it is, and that's probably because it's so huge, am I right? It's very audacious. Okay, if we will get some more cards to clarify, so that'll give us some space over here for the 2 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so the moon is secrets. You've got the tower, which is it's Mars, but it's how funny, associated with water and Scorpio in the stack. I can see that. Scorpio ruled by Mars. Yeah. Is it? I don't know. That's just what came to mind in my head. Alright. How are they gonna go? What's the restructuring to do with? I want to get some more information. I'm like, that's an interesting energy. 7 of Wands. It's interesting that you got 7 and 7. 3 of Pence. Knight of Wands. Okay. The Hermit. You might see some more solo stuff coming out. This is like a restructuring. And it's usually, it can be quick, dramatic, and eventful. So I was wondering if this was connected with what already happened in them becoming a 5-member group. But this, we're asking how they're going to go as a 5-member group. So this is telling me that there's probably going to be another situation. I don't know if it's an issue with contracts. I don't know if it's how they work together. As well. What am I looking for? Yeah, that's what I thought it was. The Advocate. Perseverance. Debate. Determination. Mars in Leo. Could be some sort of announcement that shakes things up, because you got to think of the Tower as a... I know I'm jumping to this one because it's the one that I'm most interested in right now. Because this is like something beneath the surface that's lurking. A Venus in Scorpio is a very observant, obsessive energy. They're the one who lurks and hides in a tree. Oh, have they come home? What are they doing? What kind of coffee are they drinking? You know, it's weird. It's weird. Not bad if that's your placement, but you know, keep it in check. Good for an online detective, that's for sure. And options. Not all of your options are good, so I think they're keeping things to themselves a lot right now. With the moon, that's secrets, things being hidden, intuition as well, and feminine energies, but it's very reclusive, especially since you've got the Hermit that came up on the bottom here as well. 2 of Swords being indecision as their overall energy. A 7, again, 7 of Pence showing up under here. So they're working on something else, but I do see a restructuring again. So this could be, like, this doesn't seem very likely to me, but as an example for this type of energy, it would be like if you went from Cube Entertainment to, I don't know, YG or whoever. You know, I'm just saying for an example. Again, I think that's incredibly unlikely that that would happen. You know, and this is another reason why I was saying maybe you'll see more solo stuff, because of the Hermit is like that's a singular individual, right? And this energy, going back to the Tower, let me just put these out so we can have a look. I guess I'll read out what it has on these cards too. So, teaches the values of herbs and stones, transports anyone from one place to another suddenly, causes murder and bloodshed. Oh no. Tells of things to come. Yeah. I was thinking, I'm like, this is like, there's a prelude to something. There's like this looming energy where you're going to be able to predict what's happening next. And you might even be like, oh, I hope that doesn't happen. Ta-da! Surprise! Yikes. But yeah, like a prediction, telling of things to come. I don't know if it'll be, you know how in Big Bang's interviews and they would well, you may not know, but in some of their interviews, or at least one specific one that I remember, they were all joking about going on their, what do you call it? Military service, and they said they were telling Sungri, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it was like something along the lines of either telling him to behave or you know, if we can't come back or something happens, it'll be because he did something or whatever. They were just joking around because he was there. They were all joking around, laughing, haha. And then like massive events happened where basically he's no longer in the group anymore, but they are having a comeback, which is great, thank God. Finally, you know. But what I'm trying to say is it was like not a self-fulfilling prophecy, but like, and it's not like they caused it by speaking it into existence, but it's like they joked about it as if they were aware of this already being a possibility of something that could happen, but oh yeah, haha, laughing it off, not really taking it seriously. There's a little bit of like that kind of energy as well. This one also says causes love of friends or enemies and can make one invisible. Answers questions about the past, present, and future. Again, prophesying, right? Gives dignities, grants favor and friends and foes. So you've got two friends and enemies, friends and foes, and then a faithful servant. So basically, this is working together. Cooperation, working together. Three of Pentacles is definitely everybody putting in effort and into something, into the group, into a project. That would be some sort of announcement, or could be for performance, but to me it's like the announcement of the Knight of Wands energy. Whether that's someone branching off and going solo completely, whether there's like, hopefully it's not like a total disbandment, because again, Tower, that would be the foundations, you know. And usually when this comes in, you have to remember it's a positive thing. It happens for a reason. It's because the foundations that were laid that are there are not stable. Why is that? It reminds me a little bit of the end of 4 Minute, how everybody blamed Tiana for disbanding because she stayed on, but she eventually left, you know, dancing. that was iconic, her like leaving with like a contract or something in her hand, and she was just dancing outside, getting into the car. That was lovely. That was iconic. I'm not even sure where to go to get more information on this, to be honest. It's just, how do we know what it is that's going to be dismantled? Is it the way that they work together? There's two Wands energies peeking out here. Looking at our document, I mean, Sojin, the former member, has a Leo moon here apparently, according to what I have been given. Didn't look this up myself, but you know, that's fine. Scorpio, to me, I always get that mistaken for a fire sign, and it is written on there, so that could have something to do with it. Which could be Mio no Mini. It's... I honestly, it's hard to pick up on the energy because I don't feel like I am able to get any more information than what I already have. It's like how you hit an energetic wall sometimes when you do readings and you're like, why can't, like, you try to push further into it and you just can't. It's a bit like that. And the moon's there, so I'd say it's probably because it's a little bit concealed and maybe we're not supposed to know right now what the hell this energy is, but you're going to know. A tower moment is a massive event. So you're gonna know. And this isn't necessarily predicting the end of the group as it is. It could be a restructuring, it could be a certain project, or I don't know, let's just say someone went into acting or did their own thing or something where it's different. Is the concept going to be completely different? Are they adding new people in? Is it a completely different shakeup? I don't know. I mean, that's pretty rare that they do that with an established group. You'll see people leave, but to add people in doesn't usually happen unless it's like a dying group and they're like, we need to revamp this quick. And I didn't really see them like that. But I do see a focus on one. Very either specific, this is the way we're going to go. We're niching down a bit. Going in this direction. Or one person specifically. So I'm not sure if it's going to affect like the group as a whole. Because this is meant to be a whole group reading. And the focus just seems to be on one person. And that there is that restructuring here. So, that's interesting. Let's move on. You know what this also usually indicates? A happy, single, entrepreneurial type person. Someone who is, again, they're on their own. They're a provider, so they work well with others. Here, self-sufficiency, Venus in Virgo. Jupiter in Gemini and Leo. Cancer, Scorpio, Mars, and Scorpio, Venus. And Moon in Libra, which I believe is Soyeon. So Soyeon has the Moon in Libra? That's the bottom of the deck energy. Is she kind of the overseer of the group? That's interesting. Undecided. Indecisive energy. So it's a very difficult reading. Okay. So we have... This is sort of like a victim mentality or victim of circumstance type of situation here. It almost looks like they've done some... There's like spell magic, this person's drinking or maybe doing a ritual or a cleanse. They've got this protective... What I'm seeing is kind of salt, but it's red in here. Like that salt circle of protection. You can kind of see them doing that. It's usually other people's thoughts, ideas, and beliefs being projected onto you and you feeling like your hands are tied or you can't do anything. However, you can just step out of it. Because, yeah. There's no candles or swords usually surrounding them. The swords are just like kind of like this. But you can step out this side. There's nothing stopping you from that direction. But everything else is self-limiting beliefs. So I do see limitations, especially mental, like, of the mind. Limitations of the mind. Worried about what other people think. Definitely a card of restriction, which is what it says there anyway. So even though there's, I just see there could be a lot more possibilities for them to do what they want to do on their own. Whether that's acting or solo stuff or, you know, collaborations where there's two or three of them together doing something, you know? This could be a variety of different things. Probably creative because you got your King of Wands here as well. Our Leo energy. The Throne of Fire, King of Wands. I feel like we should throw some more cards on here. try to figure this out. How are they going to work as a 5-member group? Get our flower therapies. Boy, they need some therapy after this, I gotta say. We have take time for yourself, Tulip. Enjoy relaxation activities and that nurture your soul. Is this a hiatus or a break? A lot of pink energy. Your wishes are coming true, sweet pea. What your heart has been longing for is getting closer each day. And what's the bottom? Oh, is it a rose? Yes, red rose. Open your heart. Your potential for greater love rests in opening your heart. Blockages and wounds from your past will be healed and you'll be met with true passion that you seek. Okay. Red and pink, and then we've got another one on here that's the same kind of colours. That's the pink lily. Stand by your commitments. Share the message of love, the daffodil. So there some more cards here as well. So I don't really see a break of contract in regards to this, standing by your commitments. I do see a lot of love, positivity, friendship, camaraderie, that sort of thing. I do potentially see maybe a little bit of a break. They haven't been that active though, so maybe that's what they've been doing. I don't know, but yeah. And then wishes coming true, so something that specifically maybe one of them who has more of that fire creative energy, doesn't have to necessarily be a fire sign, but they're showing up as in more masculine energy, even though we all know they're all feminines. This isn't about gender. It's the energy, it's the assertiveness, it's the go get 'em, it's the provider, the conqueror kind of. Not necessarily conqueror. I'm not seeing like I'm the emperor kind of vibe, but I do see a healthy ego. I see creativity, and I see independence, self-sufficiency. It's not like I'm better than the others. No, it's not that kind of energy. So you may see a little bit more of emotional expression as well through this. I do feel like they have a good relationship, you know, with each other. And I do feel like it's more uncertain times, unpredictability. They're not really sure what's happening. They may have been told various scenarios and then have a lot of things fall through. So they've learnt to kind of just rely on what they can do as well. But I'm interested to know what that revolution, that tower card is going to bring. Because it seems like, to me, this kind of reads as something they've been keeping under wraps that gets announced that causes a big shake-up, but allows some sort of independence, specifically, you know, financially as well. But leaves a lot of, you know, self-limitations or mental worry and strain, and possibly like anxieties, wanting to keep everyone happy but not being able to do so. Some decisions and things that you make is not gonna please everyone. You can't, you know. And I do see indecision around this as to why this could have been something going on for a while that, you know, there's Queen of Wands there too. Told you, it's fire energy. So they've got really good balance with the, you know, King and Queen energy in the same element. Good creative balance here of both the feminine and the masculine. And I do see working on things. I possibly can see some travel here with the World card as well. I know restrictions are changing, but one makes one skilled in labor. Crafts increases knowledge of philosophy and science. Pula, the world. What's this guy? A tour. Why would a tour create a tower moment? I don't know. Maybe it's not associated with that particular part of the reading. Whoops. God, Knight of Cups flew out then. A little bit wishy-washy, but it causes all the love that may be both of men and women. Oh my gosh, why couldn't I read that? The tower on the bottom there, reverse. So that means that there'll be after the restructuring, you're going to get a rebuilding, and you're going to have more emotional, a more emotional side to them. I mean, you may find that their fan base tends to switch, even if something happened and they lost a few people. The people who would be there are emotionally invested. Okay? It seems to become kinder. Just one reason or another. Finding that safe space. Okay, so are they gonna go well? As a 5-member group, I see some sort of shake-up. I do see things going well because you've got, you know, money. Here, 90 pence. Individually doing well. I do see some self-limitations. I do see more creative things, and with the creative part of it, I see them balancing with the feminine and masculine energy, so that's all good. Again, tower moment coming in. There's always a little bit of a concern, but it's kind of like divine intervention, where it's like God's like no, and they'll kind of rearrange things or pull the rug out from underneath you because the foundations were faulty. So it's kind of like divine protection in a way. And but it usually does cause some sort of shake-up because it's uncomfortable and we don't like that, you know? So it's like a resistance to change energy there. So go down. Okay. Alright, so before I ran out of my limit on the camera, we've just restarted. So how will their next comeback be? Is it going to be as successful? And then we're going into a Sojin question after that. Why don't we get some of these reversed and upright? And put them back. Wasn't ready yet. We weren't ready. Okay, so how will their next comeback be as a 5-member group? How's their next comeback going to be? And then will it be as successful as when they were 6? When they were 6. That makes no sense. How's it going to be? Will it be as successful? Oh my gosh, this is... It would help if I moved things. out of the way that we could see it. Okay. How's their comeback going to be? 10 of Wands, a lot of hard work. A lot of hard work. It is completion of a cycle, so it's kind of like, okay, we're not looking at the group as a 6-member group. They're approaching it from a whole new perspective. All right, let's get in this. Let's work really hard. Saturn in Sagittarius. Oh, what's he doing there? Kamala and the... I can't read it. He's got some book. There's also a music stand behind him that's got music on it. Like an old Hollywood poster. Anyway, it's like they've kind of gone through their kiddie phase. They've learned a lot of things, and this is the transition into adulthood, if you will. A more mature version of the group where they're not approaching it as, oh, I wish this person was here, I wish she didn't leave. It's not like they feel like there's a hole there. It's kind of like, what can we do now? Let's get together, let's work really hard on this. So I do see a lot of work going into it. Is it going to be as successful? Probably, yeah. You got the 9 of Cups. 9 of Cups is someone who wins awards, so they have potential there to possibly win or have a win of some kind, or at least for it, you know, to be an achievement, where you could say this is an achievement in some sort of form. So happiness, Jupiter in Pisces energy. You've also got the Ace of Pence on the bottom, which is the root of Earth. That's how they word it in this deck, but essentially that's a new opportunity, and how much effort and time you put into this and how you nurture it depends on what the outcome's going to be. And I see them putting hell of a lot of effort actually into this with that 10 of Wands. So it looks good to me. Oh yeah, the Hierophant reverse. Look at that. Something it's like outside of the box. It's not traditional. 4 of Swords reverse, that they may have been quiet for some time, which, like I said, I don't feel like they've been that active, but they haven't been on my radar recently. So this is like coming out from breaking their silence. And then you've got Justice, which is Libra energy, so Taurus Libra, and that is balancing the scales as well, so that's really good. So, you know, if there were any legal issues, it would go in their favor with Justice being upright. It does look pretty good to me in terms of their next comeback. And for the success, we have Baphomet, Aim, and Bottis, which is Page of Swords, Magician, and 5 of Cups. That's these guys. Here. Interesting. I do see a sadness around them with that 5 of Cups as well. Because that's a bit, yeah, like crying over spilt milk, disappointment, and being a bit pessimistic in terms of their achievements. And maybe that's to do with some sort of manipulation around it because of that Magician reversed here, or some sort of issue in communication, and like the wires get crossed in some sort of announcement, or could even be like an error in, I don't know, subtitles or credits. You've also got the Page of Swords here, which again is leading me to the communication angle on this. It could be like an issue with, yeah, getting credited for something. Or someone taking credit for something they didn't do as part of it, or something. Like, it's just this, you know, like, but we did so well, why does this have to, like, can't you just be happy for us, you know, sort of energy. I don't see it as a massive issue, but I see it as something that could stall them or cause things to be put on hold again, which is obviously annoying. Specifically since they worked so hard here for this new opportunity to be a success, you know, and to indulge a bit with this. Alright, now, the last question, did Sojin leave the group by her own choice? And it may be better as a yes or no question because it might trigger some people if you go into detail. Okay, well, I can already tell you what my initial impression of it was. And it seemed manipulative to me. But we can ask the pendulum. So, pendulum. We can ask the pendulum wherever. Where is my pendulum? Pendulum, are you hiding? You should just be here. You don't need to hide. Hello? Hello? Yes, it's me you were looking for? I don't know. Okay. Get it? Put my things back. I'm gonna go off soon. No, it's okay. Okay, yes or no? Did she leave? Did Sojin? Did Sojin leave the group by her own? Was it her free will to leave? Did she want to leave the group or not? Well, that's showing up as an immediate yes. You guys see that? Sorry. Yeah. She had, to me that gives the impression of she had a lot more power and say in what was going on than some people would like to believe. So that's interesting. But like I said, my initial impression when I was looking at all that stuff as it was going on, I was like, that's weird. That's suspicious. Yeah, I wasn't fully convinced that this wasn't like staged or so, like, you know, just in a way that things were going, if you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go too much into detail with it because we answered the question. But that was just my impression of what was going on. I'm like, like, what is this? So, let's get into some letters finally. Actually, we can pull one card for each of the members as well after this. Might use a different deck. Maybe we'll use something fiery. I'll leave it this way so you can see them. Yuki! That's what that reminds me of, which is snow and winter, I think. That pug. Another U. Pew pew! AR. Like a filter. Interesting, a lot of these are their own. I'll try to put them down a little bit. R. They are car. Are their own letters. Not a lot of duplicates, is what I mean to say. You can see it? Okay, good. So let me know if that means anything to you or if it doesn't. Let's go grab another deck. I want a fiery ass deck. That's what I want. Don't know why I said it like that. What is the most fiery? Let's give Scorpio. So. I said I wanted this one. Ugh. I kind of wanted to get the Mermaid Tarot, which I haven't used in ages as well. But when I said like this one, I used to use this a lot. But what I was seeing was this one. The Wizard Tarot. I don't think I've ever actually no, I have never used this on my channel. I'm fairly certain. And if I have, it would have only been once. Have we even properly shuffled this? 5, 5. Yeah, it looks shuffled. Ace, ace, star, king. Okay. I was like, how unused is this? This is what I was seeing. I was seeing the back of this deck. So this is what we're going to use, and we'll pull a card for each member, including the former Sojin, because why not? I don't feel she should be excluded in any way. Oops. Oh my gosh. I can't. Okay. Just get in there, please. Will we pull 3? We can go 3. Am I at the top? Okay. Mi Yoon. She has 5 of Cups. That came up before the apathy, the boohoo, woe is me, a bit moping. So she's upset about not being listened to, not being able to articulate herself correctly, or being misunderstood. And the star here is, remember we had that wishes coming true that came out in the flower card? She has a wish fulfillment coming. So while I do see her being upset about something, I do see a wish fulfillment coming from that, and hope and peace that things are going to work out. And which, that's good. That's also Aquarius vibes. And what is this to do with? Let's see. Actually, we have the Mermaid Tarot, so let's get that one as a clarifier. Yeah. See, we can do both. Ooh. I almost lost some cards then. We can do both. Same card stock. What is this to do with? Huh. Oh, right. 6. I feel like this is probably tying into Sojin. The 6 members, the feeling upset about something, not feeling like she was listened to or taken seriously in a situation, and then but a wish fulfillment in some way. I don't feel like she can. It could be an issue with maybe we can't work together, but there's still some sort of balance here. Like the scales have tipped, you know. So the scales have now tipped in her favor. And the reason I'm picking up, I don't want to say her name wrong. So, Jin. I always get so, and then I'm like, how does it end? It's a J sound. What is it? I was drawn to the number 6, and then I was like, why are you so sad? So, Mion. There's some residual energy here, but her not being taken seriously and being upset about that in regards to that situation with Sojin, the scales have now tipped in her favor in the way that it is so completely unbalanced that she now has control over a situation. More authority, more control is being taken seriously, something good happening there. Let's go on to Minnie. Minnie, 3 cards for Minnie. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 5 up. Lord, now you've got the mope card. Why are you all moping? I guess the tower was there, so. But 2 of Cups, the reconciliation, mutual feelings, 2 people coming together to express themselves. She could have a really good friend around her, which is good. Doesn't always mean love. Alright? Mutual feelings could be like a really good platonic connection, relationship. 2, 2. This is a card of Cancer. It is decisions, and I'm going in this direction. There's like a fork in the road, and you have momentum behind you to go where you choose to. So she makes a choice. I feel like there's a mutual decision in that. It's not just her on her own, but I do see her feeling, you know, upset about this for some reason. Why are you upset now? Intuition. Tower. She gets upset about this, whatever that tower moment is, because it leaves her vulnerable. Strength reversed. But in doing so, it does kind of open up that people get to know you more, and but that's a scary as hell thing when you don't like being vulnerable. Her energy reads as, I don't like being vulnerable, I want to be in control. She does have Cancer Moon, it says here, and Libra Sun. Came out before. Yeah. A lot of intuition going on with her, though. Alright. So young. I know I said I was going to do one card for each, but you know me. I'm just like, no, get all of them. All of the cards. All of them right now. See? I was gonna say, if that fucking 5 of Cups comes out again, and be like, you bastard! You may be a literal or non-literal bastard, you 5 of Cups. But anyway. So, Yun. Sorry about the pronunciations again. Hopefully I'm saying it in a way where you just know who I'm talking about. That's the main thing, okay? 3 Wands. She's manifesting something. Queen of Wands. Oh yeah, that makes sense for her, definitely. So something she's been working on for a long time and had to wait for the right opportunity for it to, you know, come in. Arrives, so to speak. 6. Ooh. Does she turn it down? What the? Why? Oh. 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 Okay. I don't know if it's because specifically it's like you've manifested an opportunity, but the person maybe that you're working with is a bit of a bastard. Very cold, they'll just be like, well, that's my opinion. Oh, that take was shit. You know, like they'll just say stuff really bluntly, and you're just expected to sit there and be like, okay. And they're like, I'm just being professional. Nah. That'd be someone with a reputation who she doesn't like, performing with, basically. Essentially. And it could be that this is an opportunity where it would take her away from a performance, or she'd have to do, you know, just for example, she's got, what would you say? Like you have, let's just use the tour for example. You've got a tour set up with the group. Oh, this opportunity comes in right when you're going to do that. And also, I'm picking up there's a very outspoken, icky kind of vibe around it. That doesn't diminish her Queen of Wands energy in any sort of way, but I do see that she will take a L in this situation. Because it isn't, it's too draining on her emotions. There's something that's up with it. Alright, so Yuki. She has 6 of Cups, 4 of Wands, Ace of Swords. Do we need to clarify anything? Probably not. Soulmate, children, family, friends. It's probably the other members. Could be her actual family and friends and stuff too, obviously. 4 of Wands, home. Something could be something to do with childhood home or in environment like a school setting, a place. An opportunity to talk about your childhood or how you grew up. That's kind of how that's reading to me. Reflecting on things, nostalgia, maybe drawing influence from that to either inspire or And this conversation may not be anything we see in an interview. It could just be an opportunity to maybe talk to people from her past, or she, you know, starts probably dealing with some of the issues she may have had. If it came to any issues of stability or control. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it sounds very productive and healing. Shoo-ha. Shoo-ha. Shwa. 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 Why did I say it like that? I am an idiot. Manipulation, first of all. Okay. Judgment. Oh god. Queen of Swords. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Ooh. You're a heartbreaker. You're a heartbreaker. Three of Swords. That's gotta sting. That's something incredibly painful. That's a manipulation from someone who maybe pulled on her emotional strings, but were just interested in her either physically. I'm not sure if this was a friend or I don't know. Whatever the situation is, it was very hurtful for her. And I do see this energy pulling on her now. Because there's a fear of judgment around this. This is also fear of public opinion, and her Queen of Swords. I do feel like she'll just say what she needs to say and nothing more. She's not going to elaborate on the situation. We may never hear about this, but I do feel like there could be a concern of somebody trying to manipulate her through public, like, fear of that. Which is really underhanded and mean, must I say, because you can already see Three of Swords. That's a ow, heart stabby, ow, I'm in pain, owie. My emotions are very hurt kind of card. I don't know why I'm going weird in how I say these things, but it's what I do in my readings. That's not very nice. She's going through it with the situation. She's definitely worried about something. It will pass. Hopefully. But yeah, that's not going to stop her being concerned about it. Now we're looking at Sojin. Let's get some cards for her before we close up the reading. One, two, three. Queen of Swords again. Ooh, I wonder if she was heartbroken around Sojin. I mean, maybe they're still really good friends to talk about this. Says the Emperor. She's still kind of limited a bit. For some reason. I don't know if that's her literal father or, like, you know, if that's a representation of the cube. Is it cube that they're with? I keep saying cube, so whatever. If it isn't, then too bad. Emotional pull. Going back to being a child again, essentially. Which is good and freeing in a way, but it's kind of like there are these expectations there. See, she's kind of turned around. The others may still be feeling that Five of Cups energy. She is really turning it around and taking more control over it. The Sun is a liberating, very happy card. It's Leo energy as well. Yeah. Libra. We've got Libra, Leo. A lot of Knight and Page energy going on here. It would be Aries, and Aries again. Which is more about control, but also very heavy Mars energy in this. So, I do see overall a lot of happiness. Again, you know, Queen of Swords, she will cut your head off if you cross her or her friends. She will decapitate you. But, like I said, very tight-lipped, will only say what they want to say when they want to say it. Sometimes they can be incredibly, like, they are usually very, very, very good at communication. So sometimes they can yabber on a bit, but, you gotta pay attention to what they're saying. You may feel like you're talking to someone and they're giving you this deep emotional story, but they've learnt to kind of tell you enough so that this is what they're comfortable with telling you, but they don't give you the full picture in a way where it makes them like vulnerable. You know, because they're not stupid. Very intelligent, very intelligence. A lot of intelligence, a lot of happiness. This can also represent children as well, but I felt like she was more connecting with that energy. You get the chance to explore, to play. There is an element of control or feeling like you need to live up to a certain standard, or not wanting to, you know, upset daddy in terms of Cube or whoever. But yeah, I mean, she's looking good. There's the moon in reverse, which indicates secrets coming out, being able to be honest, work. So secrets coming out in terms of what she's actually working on and putting effort and energy into that she may have not been able to do in the past. She's, yeah, made a choice to be, there's the Emperor again. She's made a choice to come into control of her life and her situation, essentially. Went into a little bit more with her because she doesn't really come up in the group reading. But I hope that helps. Definitely. And maybe that could be connected to, you know, the leaving of the group where she decided to take her power back and be more in control as well. So hopefully this helps. Is there anything else? I think that was it. This has been a very long reading anyway. So thank you guys for watching. If you want to book a reading, you can do so on Etsy Sirius Blue. I also have another Etsy Vroid and a booth store for VTubing sort of things. I'm going to try to put some more stuff up there soon, so let me know if there's anything specifically you want to look at. But overall, I'm so happy that you guys spent this time with me today, and thank you again for the person who, would you say sponsored? Is that the word? Who booked this specific reading on Etsy. Let me know if you have any requests for upcoming readings. I am trying to put schedules out on the community page and on Twitter so that you know what's coming up for the following week. So, the camera just died. So yes, I'll be putting updates on the community page, also on Twitter with schedules. I'm still trying to figure out the live streaming time specifically. So that may be changing. At the moment, I'm just live streaming, playing a video game, getting into the swing of things, but we will change that up. Hopefully we can do some tarot lives as well. And yeah, if you get to the end, maybe, are there dragon emojis? I don't know. Or a lizard? Because there was a lot of wands energy, so lizards. You could put one of them in the comments for me, I'd appreciate it. Also, if you want to get a discount on your readings on Etsy, the readings only, not the other stuff, like the learning resources, use the code YouTube. I don't write it anywhere, I say it at the end of some of my videos. So, now you know. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you!